Okay guys, jumping right back on this GR Research Nxtreme speaker build after a few month hiatus waiting for these panels, and as you've seen in the previous video, they came over fine this time, no shipping damage. So I'm gonna start painting. Just to give a quick recap and tips for people doing this from scratch and just seeing this for the first time without having to rewatch all the other videos. If you're going to do a finish like I chose, the Duratex finish, let me show you a little closer. Because if you're not a professional painter, this is a little more forgiving. Albeit it may not be to your taste aesthetically. But Duratex, relatively inexpensive. You're going to want to get several of these. These sponge type rollers are required to get that texture really good, and these wear out pretty quick, so make sure you pre-order a few of these. Probably need some gloves so that you keep your hands clean, and then tack cloth, because obviously the styrofoam that these came in is still, you're going to want to get all that off and clean. But other than that, you know, bucket of water to clean the brush. Keep this clean as much as you can so you can get as much mileage as possible. But this thing is very frail. If you've seen my previous videos, it doesn't last that long. So keeping it clean and maximizing its efficiency is important. But otherwise, let me just get started and I'll come back and show you the results. Okay guys, just finished up painting with Duratex, at least all of the baffles, that replacement parts that were sent to me. If you recall from our previous ones, I had taped off and previously done all the brackets. Now I did the main panels and everything went pretty smooth. Don't have too many tips to share other than this really worked out good, getting the styrofoam, and then if you do any sanding, getting this this is kind of better than tack cloth, I found. You are going to need a sander, a sanding sponge, or a thick sander if a lot of anything gloopy got rolled over into the part that's going to be glued. You're going to want to go ahead and sand that off so it doesn't impact your fit or the gluing. One thing I'm going to do with the parts that are going to be covered, but the no-res that I've already cut for the different things, there could be parts where the MDF shows. So on those, I'm just going to use a primer, white primer, so if anything does show, it looks white. I don't want to put the Duratex finish, though, on something that's going to be adhered to, since it does have ridges. Let me show you a little closer. Also, one of these lights is really good. Especially when you're working at night, limited light, you can really get up close and see, although on a camera it shows as yellow, but the finish for a novice painter, this is kind of what you're going to want. A pro painter that can do an automotive level finish will probably laugh at this type of paint job finish, but I find it actually captures light pretty good. When there's just one overhead light, it does seem to almost sparkle in a way as those ridges catch light. So this is much more forgiving and easy to put on with a roller, 100% roller. And you're going to want that one that I've showed you. This is the one that you're going to want, the one that Duratex actually recommends. And it's a lot of painting, but with a roller, it's a lot easier, I think, than with a brush. So a ton of painting, actually, when you consider all of these, and a lot of these are front and backs, and you have to tape off these things. It's quite a project. So don't go in thinking this is just going to be an overnight thing. Especially you need just the space to do all of this. You know, I got baffles here, over there, then no res. So anyway, be prepared for a pretty extensive project just in the painting side. Now we're going to do the assembly next, after I do that primer on these inside baffles. And so stay tuned and I'll be back with more. I gotta do it once a time. Wait, let's see what's coming up next. Stephanie, are you in control of the DJ booth? What's next?